First day back at the office, and it was a tough one. I had a few communications today that really frustrated me quite a bit, not the least of which is this perception of leadership misinforming. I think that your choice of leaders to follow is an important concept in life, not just medicine. And there may be some misinformed doctors and there may be some misinformed scientists, but I think that our general way of being in this country over the past several years in my lifetime has become more sort of aha gotcha than I can ever remember in my lifetime. This idea that everything that somebody says is a moment for you to jump on and refute. There's no openness in conversation, at least as it pertains to social media and video platforms and what have you. So I've done these videos as a way to inform people that you can control some things. You can control your diet, your exercise, your sunlight exposure, your sleep patterns, and your emotional regulation through meditation. And those are things that I say as a leader in medicine. And you can say that no leaders are speaking up about those things, but that's false. I have people who I admire at every level of medical specialty who preach the same things. There's huge campaigns, Exercise is Medicine, nutritionfacts.org, and all of them are focused on giving people good information. I think the problem in our country as a whole right now is that people love the aha gotcha moment so much, and they're so married to ideas. Maybe the most important idea I've ever learned in my life came from a bumper sticker, and it says, "Don't believe everything you think." Cognitive bias. I'm going to show you. I have this poster on my wall, and on that poster are all the cognitive biases as a reminder that your mind, it plays tricks on you. It allows you to believe things that aren't true because it's a machine. It's like a computer. And learning that was difficult. It was difficult in education to say all my preconceived ideas are just that. They're ideas, and they can change and they can be malleable. And that makes somebody academic, somebody who's willing to take on new ideas. And I hear some interesting things from people and genuine curiosity. But when did we forget that people have expertise and that there are authorities in specific areas of information and that you can't be everything? I trust teachers to teach my kids. I trust firemen to put out a fire in my house. I trust the plumber to know where the pipes are. When did we become so distrustful of medicine and doctors? It's such a strange thing to me. Maybe there are some bad doctors. Maybe you've had a bad experience. But the anti-vaxxers need to just shut up, and they need to get out of the way. Anthony Fauci has been an absolute godsend since the beginning of this thing. And he's being demonized and put on some sort of strange panel with Bill Gates and others. Get over it. What are you even talking about? So I'm frustrated. I'm angry. And I'm angry because people criticize leadership in a country where you're supposed to be informed. It's your job as a citizen to be informed. And you're misinformed. And you choose to remain misinformed. The numbers in the country are going down because New York was the epicenter of the world in cases, and our numbers are going down in New York. That doesn't mean that we're not going to have a second wave. Study history. If you don't understand science and math, which are required, science and math are required to understand how the pandemic has spread in a logarithmic way. Understand history. Look at other pandemics and understand that the first wave is basically the introduction to society, and the second wave comes a bit later. So if we're in a rush to get back to everything without considering the fact that people's lives are at risk and we don't want to understand responsibility to one another, I guess this video will fall on deaf ears. But hopefully my academic friends and people who have some sense of what's right and what's important will start to stand up and speak even louder and start to drown out the voices of dissension that have no concept of science or math or or cognitive bias or a reasonable way of thinking. And like I said, I'm frustrated today. I'm frustrated. I think we can do better. I think we are better. I think people are better. But inform yourself properly. Be part of a community. Look to somebody in your community that you trust to talk to, and stop believing the stupidity, because that's really what it comes down to. There's so much just absolute nonsense being spurred, and we gotta do better. We just gotta. And if you're not happy with your government, guess what? It's a representative government, and guess what it represents? It represents you. You're the voter. You put the person in office. So I'm not criticizing any of our politicians, because they're there because of us. Whether it's Cuomo or Trump or anybody in between, you put them there. You're the voter. And if you want to keep yelling at each other and screaming about which party is right and which is wrong, and not pay attention to issues, I don't think we're going anywhere anytime soon. This pandemic should be an example of how people come together in crisis and look towards real leadership, like Anthony Fauci. Good luck, and be well and be safe. I'll see you soon.